Dear Keanu, this is a story about another cruise that we took in 2024. It would be your third cruise. This time it was a cruise from Port Canaveral in Florida. You were so excited to enter the Allure of the Sea cruise ship. Your mommy and daddy first cruise together was on this boat. We went straight to our stateroom to check it out and you loved it.
Wow.
Wow, go.
Wow.
After that, we went straight to the pool deck and you spent so much time swimming in the jacuzzi. Then we went to the famous carousel at the boardwalk on the ship and it was awesome seeing you full of joy. We met up with our friends and their two children on the cruise and you were spending a lot of time with those kids. We went to the Adventure Ocean Children's Center, but it was closed, so we made our own fun place for the kids.
Okay.
And your daddy was showing his martial arts skills. Then in the evening, you went to Adventure Ocean for a little bit to play with kids, and after that, we went to see amazing water show at the Aqua Theater. They had an incredible diving performances, but you did not like it and did not want to stay, so your daddy was the only one who was able to see the full show. After that, it was a 70s disco party on the cruise. People were dressed up in the 70s theme and all dancing. It looked so much fun, but you were not impressed at all, bored, and did not want to be there. I understand, you were tired, you had a long day. The next day after breakfast, we took you to play miniature golf.
And then two more. One more. And then one more. one more. Yay!
Then we went to Adventure Ocean to do some crafts with friends. Your daddy made you a snow. They had a lot happening around the ship. We took our friends to the boardwalk to join the family fun games. It was a lot of different kind of challenging games over there and you were doing such a good job. And then there was a cotton candy machine that you could not pass by. So your daddy decided to reward you for being such a good boy. And you got so much cotton candy. And you were so sweet to share your cotton candy with your friends. And then you started to dance with your friends. Then took a very cute picture. Then we went to the room to make an important phone call to the guest services.
Hi. I'm Coco. Now this is Daddy and Mommy. This is Daddy and Mommy. Now I had water in the sink. Yeah. Can I take my toy washer? Washer's really cool. Bye. Can I go on? Bye.
Then we had a very nice dinner at the main dining and went to see ice skating show. The next day we had our first stop at Nassau, Bahamas, but since your mommy and daddy been there a few times already, we decided to take an excursion to the nearby two islands. We took a boat there. The first island we stopped was a Pearl Island, very small island with white sand beaches and crystal clear water. Water was very cold. It was January after all, but you and your daddy decided to go on a kayak. Then you were spending time in water. It was so cold, but you did not care. And then we had to get you out of the water to warm up, play in the sand, and build sand castle with Daddy. And you were all over in sand. And then You found friends. You love to be around kids. Absolutely all kids you call friends. Luckily, there were so many kids playing together on that beach, so you were having so much fun. Then it was a lunchtime. We had a very nice lunch with a beautiful view. After lunch, we wanted to go to the lighthouse, but you were so against it until your mommy told you that it's a Paw Patrol lookout tower, and then you got all excited going there. We went all the way to the top, and it was such a beautiful view from the above. Color of the water was incredible, and it was so clear, and you can see the entire Pearl Island from above. It's this small. It was so nice up there, you did not want to leave. But we had another adventure planned. You were getting tired while we were boarding a boat. We were going to the neighboring island. It's called Atoll Island with a pig beach. And that island was very short distance away. And once you got off the boat, you can already start seeing the pigs roaming around the beach. Pigs were very friendly and you could touch them and pet them. And there were so many of them. The best part is we were giving food to feed them. It was apples and hot dogs, and those pigs were obsessed about it. The minute pig caretakers gave everyone snacks for pigs, they came running into the water to get that food. And at that point, pigs were chasing us to get the snacks. Pigs were so big and heavy in the water, they kept stepping on our feet, and it was so painful. We had to pick you up and hold you. It was so much fun and joy for all of us to experience. After such a fun day full of adventures, we had to go back to the ship for dinner. Every night we were having a dinner at the main dining with our friends and their 2 children. And you were having such a fun time having dinner.
Hi, I'm coming piano. Okay, that's enough.
That evening, we went to see production show at the theater called Blue Planet, and you were able to see through the entire show. Then, after the show, we went to Studio B, where your daddy joined the game show Battle of Sexes, and you were watching your daddy play and seemed very confused about what's going on. But overall, it was fun and entertaining, especially challenge about popping balloons. But boys did not win that contest, but your daddy still got a prize. It was Royal Caribbean hat. Later you got tired and cranky, and daddy took you back to the room. But mommy stayed to see the game show Quest. It's the funniest game show on the cruise, with the dance party in the end. But it wasn't fun for your mommy to be there alone, so I didn't really stay there. The next day we had another cruise stop, Coco, Bahamas. But you were not excited.
You like your vacation? No?
We got off the boat and took a trolley to the entrance. This island is very small and it's owned by Royal Caribbean. They completely redid the island and pretty much turned it into the water park in the middle of the ocean. It was still very nice, but it did not have that Caribbean island feel to it. It was full of beach chairs, umbrellas, and water slides. But it did have some areas with beautiful beaches, but water was very, very cold for swimming. So you were just playing in the sand there. But it was pretty boring for you, so we were taking you to the kids area, and you guys were chasing roosters. There was a kids splash pad with some slides. Was very similar to ones you usually go in Legoland or Aquatica. We had a very nice and memorable family time on this vacation, and you spent so much time with your friends. Then we had a dinner.
I love you. Bobby, are you having fun?
And we went to the silent disco party. We were trying to dance and have so much fun, but you were not letting your mommy and daddy dance or even listen to music.
That is wrong. No, no, not this one. Not this one, Daddy.
But you were listening to music and having such a good time with our friends' kids. You loved vacationing with them. And that's when you officially fell in love with cruises. Until the next time.